Hi everybody, I'm Hub Arkus for Pro Football Weekly along with our senior editor Eric Edholm. And of course Eric is the author of what has become one of the most popular features both at ProFootballWeekly.com in print and amongst our video library here at ProFootballWeekly.com. It's Shorts and Shells. And this week's edition of Shorts and Shells, of course, Super Bowl related. Heroes and goats in the Super Bowl. And Eric, let's start with the heroes first. Most likely we're going to find them on the Baltimore sideline.
Absolutely. I mean, I did think there's some 49ers players who stood out. And, you know, we know about Joe Flacco. He was the MVP of the game. He could have made a case for Jacoby Jones, his impact on offense and defense. And I really thought it was important for Jim Caldwell late in the season to get Jones in there. Not a ton out there on the field, but just enough to kind of stretch defenses. And he did that not only with a 108-yard kick return, but also a 56-yard catch and run for a touchdown.
And it's interesting, we come up with those two. Ahead of the game MVP, Joe Flacco, who I think had to be the MVP. We look at the stats lines and the way the game went, but quite frankly, could have been a GOAT if the second half had gone differently.
Yeah, I mean, I thought John Harbaugh did a really nice job. He was another one of my heroes, even though, you know, they did start bleeding there. He staunched it and did a pretty good job of getting his team back in there. And, you know, they stayed aggressive. That was important for me, at least. I mean, I really thought they had to go after the 49ers. That defense did look tired by the end of the game.
What about the offensive line for the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, heroic, I think, in the way they handled, at least again in the first half, that 49er front.
You know, we did a video last week pointing out a couple of key matchups, and one of them was Brian McKinney and Kelechi Osemele at left guard going up against the Smith brothers, and we said they had to at least stalemate on that one. They won that battle. They closed that both Smith guys without any damage.
I know we're going to send everybody eventually to the print version of Heroes and Goats at ProFootballWeekly.com, but I got to ask one more question about heroes. Ray Lewis, not a hero in this piece, huh?
I didn't think he played a great game. You know, they obviously went after him in that one. He didn't fall in the GOAT category. He wasn't in the Chris Culliver or Roger Goodell territory, but Lewis did not have a great game, but he gets sent out on top.
Yeah, and I would not call him a GOAT, but he looked like an old man playing his last game in this Super Bowl. Let's get to the GOAT side. We're more likely to find them in burgundy or gold or whatever colors they call it. I guess that's the Redskins, but maroon and gold. It's the San Francisco 49ers. Who's your first GOAT?
Well, I got to mention Culliver first because not only did he fail as a nickelback during the game, but as you know, leading up to the Super Bowl with some inflammatory comments against homosexuals and just, I think he put him and his team in a bad spot and added to the tension that really was more on the Ravens side early in the week. So Culliver getting picked on several times by Anquan Bolden. There was that pass interference call that, had it not been called, had they made a good defensive play, the Niners are getting the ball back with about 8 minutes left. You know, they're down 2, all the momentum on their side. That was a huge play.
Well, you know, it's a shame, too, for Culliver because he had some moments in that game where he was the 49ers' best man-to-man cover guy. He made some nice plays, but the 31-yard pop-up to Bolden never should have happened. You mentioned the pass interference and, of course, the Jacoby Jones play. It's hard for him not to top this list when you add his pregame faux pas.
Absolutely. And, you know, I looked back earlier in the week, too, with Roger Goodell. I mean, whether it's fair or not, he's probably going to be blamed by some people on some level for the power failure during the game. But for me, it was just the uncomfort level that he had created with the bounty discipline that was created there, and you know, not giving back the second-round pick. Obviously, was not treated too kindly by a lot of New Orleans folks, and he just had this awkwardness about him during his State of the Union address. This is supposed to be his Super Bowl and his celebration. It didn't feel like that to me.
No, and it was interesting. I thought he made his point fairly well about why the Saints weren't getting the second-round pick back. As a matter of fact, I think he's right.
Yeah.
But it would have been an interesting moment to try and mend some fences, and he doesn't seem to think that's necessary right now.
I've never felt that way of him. I mean, it's his way or the highway for the most part, but you know, we'll see if in the end the result is what he wants it to be for discipline, player safety, all that stuff.
That'll do it for this video version of Shorts and Shells. For the full expanded print version, though, you want to get to ProFootballWeekly.com. And for all the best digital video on the National Football League, a lot of the news, scoops, and rumors from around the league before they even happen, make sure you tune into all our videos at ProFootballWeekly.com.